Hello, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I was wondering, I'm on the right time, right? Because I'm trying to search through the email which one I had to go to for the next interview. But I'm on the right with you, right?
Yes,
right
you are on the right time.
Okay, great, thanks.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for talking to us, Sharon.
No problem, no problem. Thank you for having me.
Cool. I will explain the dynamic of the interview. After your response, I will do a quick translation to Portuguese to make sure that everyone gets what we're talking about, okay?
Okay, no problem, no problem.
Cool. The band just presented a virtual reality live show that mixed a video game with music video, something very far away from the standard live shows. The scenario chosen was kind of apocalyptic. Tell us more about the creation process, the concept. How was the public response?
Well, the thing was, when we got the chance and the opportunity to do this, our minds were, of course, spinning like, what kind of story do we want to tell? And of course, I think we got a little bit inspired by Corona also in a way, and this post-apocalyptic kind of feel really fitted in the imagery that we had in our minds about telling a story. And we've done this a little bit also in the past. Of course, we've been inspired by the environment and everything happening in the world, of course, with the silent forest and Mother Earth. So we felt like maybe it's, I don't know why, but it just felt like the right story to tell. And it's 4 worlds, and we just go from one to the next, telling the story about humankind and how we go with the environment and how we are very self-destructive, of course, on one side, but also very resilient in getting solutions if we want to, and hopefully we'll be that resilient in getting those, solutions eventually before, anything else happens.
Ok. Eu perguntei para ela, eu falei da live que eles fizeram agora, né, que foi uma live muito incrível, que bem longe dos padrões, né, de lives que a gente está vendo, que mistura videogame com clips. E aí e eles tinham um cenário bem apocalíptico e tudo mais. Eu perguntei sobre o processo de criação, o conceito. E ela falou que o processo de criação veio muito da ideia do coronavírus, né? O que o mundo todo está passando, o que estamos passando não só na pandemia, mas também no meio ambiente, né? Que contar essa história do que o mundo está vivendo, porque além de sermos muito destrutivos, a gente também tem muita resiliência, né? A gente também pode buscar soluções para toda a destruição que está rolando e que a gente está passando. Okay, the Within is doing an excellent promotional job all around the world and is getting bigger every day. Can you tell us more about the management decisions? Do you guys define the plans for the future, or do you also have a team responsible for all the band's strategy?
No, we decide everything ourselves, actually. Everything we do is how we think it fits with every band member's life, more or less, and our own lives. And so we have suggestions, and we tell them to the rest of the band, like, okay, we're thinking of this and let's do that. And we have, of course, a management that helps us out and that we can use for feedback and everything, but mostly it's done by ourselves, yes.
Cool. Eu perguntei para ela, eu falei que eles estão fazendo um excelente trabalho, né, ao redor do mundo, promocional, que eles estão ficando conhecidos a cada dia que passa, ficando mais conhecidos a cada dia que passa. E eu perguntei se eles são responsáveis por todas as decisões da banda ou se eles usam uma equipe para definir as estratégias da banda. E ela falou que todas as decisões são feitas por eles, sim, são baseadas, né, nas opiniões deles, né, dos membros da banda. E que, claro, né, eles têm um time para fazer com que todas essas decisões ocorram, né, organizado, trabalham com feedback também. Então, é uma banda que é bem ativa na participação das decisões. Sharon, you just released Shed My Skin featuring And It's Okay. How did this partnership come up?
Well, we were very much inspired by all kinds of new music, and new core metal is one of them, that's seen. And we discovered a lot of nice bands amazing bands actually, and the one we liked most actually was N Is Okay, because they have this way of writing songs, and you know, the sound and everything, we really love it, and it's very melancholy, and somehow there's a lot of similarities between the bands in a way, I think, because they have this heaviness, but they also like this melancholy kind of vibe, and Christoph is like an amazing singer, and Rudy is as well. So we have, you know, we have some similarities that we connect musically together, I think, and we were very much surprised about the scene and everything. So we were influenced by that when we wrote the song, and then we felt like, okay, maybe they want to do a duet, maybe if they like. And we approached them. They were really nice guys and so easygoing and so easy to work with. And yeah, I think it turned out really amazing, because it really brings out the best of both bands, I think. And so I'm really happy that this happened eventually.
Eu perguntei para ela, eu falei do lançamento que eles acabaram de fazer, né, do Shed My Skin, com N Is Okay, e como que surgiu, né, essa parceria. E ela falou que, pô, eles escolheram a banda porque realmente eles descobrem muitas bandas novas, e foi uma das bandas que chamou mais a atenção deles. E eles têm um lance que, apesar deles serem pesados, né, de ter esse lance da música pesada, ainda tem um lance melódico, né, uma melodia. E que foi um match, e que trabalhar junto com eles foi muito legal, que eles são uma banda muito fácil de compor, o vocalista é muito talentoso, e que ela ficou muito feliz com o lançamento. Ok. Since Hydra released in 2014, Within has many collabs on the album, such as Howard Jones from Light the Torch, Exhibit, Jacob Shaddix from Papa Roach, Anders Frieden in Flames. Do you have any new collabs coming for the next album that you could tell us in advance?
No, because we have decided actually before the pandemic even started to write songs and then like immediately release them like within 2 months. And so that's been a new approach. We don't have a new album yet. It's not there yet. So we're just pioneering in a way for ourselves, going away from the traditional way of releasing an album. And so it's we've written this song like I think like a few months ago, and then released it immediately. And there's only there's one more song coming up this year, and it's going to be very different from the 3 before, because it has more of a flavor of The Unforgiving, I think, personally, how I see it at the moment, although it's still in demo phase. Maybe things can still change a bit, but yeah, we don't know yet if there's going to be any collab, because we haven't finished anything else yet. So okay. Yeah, so it's still a surprise for us as well.
Ok. Eu perguntei para ela, eu falei que desde o lançamento de Hydra em 2014, né, teve bastante collabs nos álbuns dele, né? Eu citei algumas collabs e eu perguntei se tem alguma coisa que ela pode adiantar pra gente, alguma nova collab no próximo álbum e tal. E ela falou que não, porque eles ainda não estão, né, nessa do próximo álbum, eles estão, por causa da pandemia, eles reorganizaram todo o jeito, né, de fazer essas músicas. Então, não tem um álbum em si vindo, mas que eles ainda vão lançar mais uma música esse ano. E é uma música bem diferente das 3 músicas que eles lançaram anteriormente. And next year, you will be finally touring with Evanescence on Worlds Collide Tour, right? What are your expectations for this tour after being rescheduled for so long? Is there any possibility of including Brazil on it?
Well, I don't know. It's very difficult because we're mainly based in Europe at the moment. So, but you know, we hope to come back to Brazil, of course. But I'm really looking forward to catching up, and you know, all these postponed tours that we have to do and festivals. I'm really looking forward to feel the real vibe of a real audience. And of course, Brazilian people are like you're part of the most passionate people for music, like, you know, like the Portuguese as well, and also the Spanish and the Mediterranean. You know, it's the same blood. You all of you guys, and in Brazil as well, is all going so much intenseness for the music, so much passion. So we always love to play for you guys. So, but unfortunately, it's not there yet for this collaboration of the Worlds Collide tour that we're coming over. But hopefully for our own shows in the future. I hope so.
Eu perguntei para ela, eu falei que finalmente, né, eles vão sair em turnê com Evanescence no Worlds Collide Tour. E é uma turnê que ela ficou em stand-by por um tempo, né, até poder remarcar shows. Eu perguntei como que ela estava se sentindo em relação a isso, de voltar para os palcos, de fazer essa turnê, e se teria alguma possibilidade do Brasil ser incluso nessa. E ela falou que ela acha que não, porque essa é uma turnê mais europeia mesmo, mas que ela estava muito animada para fazer essa turnê, para tocar, para ter o contato com pessoas de verdade, e especialmente para voltar para o Brasil, né? Eles já tiveram aqui, se eu não me engano, 3 vezes, e ela falou que nós somos a audiência mais apaixonada, né? O público mais apaixonado, que empolga mais, e que é sempre um prazer muito grande tocar aqui no Brasil. Sharon, you are a very talented musician and an inspiration for a lot of people, especially women. So I want to ask you, compare it with when you started on music. Do you consider that the scene has changed for women? Like there is more space and acceptance? How do you see it now?
Well, I think there's a lot of things changed. I think the more women are part of the scene, there will be more acceptance, and I think there's also a way to go. Still, it's not like we're there yet, but you know, it's already way better, I think, than it used to be. So, but I must say, it's mainly based. Having said that, I didn't have that much difficulties with my band, because I can't explain, but I didn't have that much prejudice or anything that I more against the band, but not me particularly, or but it was more the music that we're making. And of course, it's female fronted, how they call it, and so you had that stamp, of course. But I must say, in one way, you know, I don't mind. At that time, I didn't mind the underdog position, because I was, you know, it made me more eager to prove myself as a woman, but also as with the band. Everybody in the band was like, oh, we'll show them. Sometimes the underdog position is also not that bad position to come from. So it was nice to prove people wrong sometimes as well. Like, oh, it's actually pretty okay.
Yeah.
But you know, it did help for me to see, when I was young, to see other women in music, like Sheila E. behind drums, Candy Dole for playing the saxophone, with Prince as well, and but it was more not really in metal, of course. But I didn't discover metal until I was a little bit older as well. So, and then there was the ladies that I wanted to see there weren't there that much. So I'm really happy that a lot more girls are trying the metal scene or rock scene more often nowadays.
Eu falei para ela, né, que ela é uma inspiração para muita gente, inclusive para muitas mulheres, né, por estar ali numa posição, ser frontwoman da banda. E eu perguntei, comparando com o momento que ela começou, né, alguns anos atrás, há anos atrás, se ela considerava que a cena tinha mudado, como que ela via essa mudança dentro da cena da música para as mulheres. E ela falou que sim, que ela vê bastante mudança, que é muito bom ver mais mulheres participando, né, mais mulheres na música, em diferentes estilos, não só no rock, que quando ela começou era bem escasso, né, de mulheres na cena, e que apesar dela não sentir algo muito forte, assim, contra ela, né, pessoalmente, né, mas sempre coisas pequenas, né, com a banda, de, por exemplo, rotular, né, como banda de mulher, enfim. Então ela falou que ainda tem muito, né, o que a gente conquistar, ainda tem muito o que mudar, ainda não é o cenário ideal, mas que já enxerga uma boa mudança, sim. Okay, what have you been listening to recently? Any musical tips for us?
Oh my God, it's difficult because I'm so bad at names. Oh, you're putting me on the spot here. Well, you know, I made this, it's not recent, but and I think a lot of people already know but if people haven't checked out my sweat it out workouts of the Corona workouts playlist, it's on with invitation on Spotify for
on
one
Spotify.
of the platforms. Cool. Yeah. And I think also on Apple, Deezer, and so a few others more as well. And it's really, it's actually, I made it actually to, so you can do like a full blast workout when you're at home because of Corona, you know, that was the reason why I made it. I didn't update it recently, but there's a lot of bands that I like, that I discovered in the time that I was at home. So maybe you should check that out and you might find some really nice bands that you didn't know yet.
Cool. I love playlists. I will definitely check this out.
Thank you.
Eu perguntei para ela o que ela tem ouvido ultimamente, né? Se ela tinha alguma banda aí, algumas descobertas para dividir com a gente. E ela falou que ela é muito ruim com o nome, assim, de pensar na hora, mas que ela tem uma playlist lá no Spotify. Se você entrar lá no perfil do Within Temptation no Spotify, você vai achar as playlists dela e que lá tem bastante coisa que ela tem ouvido ultimamente, assim como bandas novas também. Okay, Sharon, thank you so much for your time. It's an honor talking to you.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Do you have something to say to your Brazilian fans?
Well, I know everybody's having a hard time, and I really hope that when we do come back, stay safe and stay strong and enjoy the music wherever you can, and not just us, but I mean any kind of music. And I hope to see you one day again. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Sharon. Have a good day.
You're welcome.
Bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Então, essa foi a entrevista que a gente fez com a Sharon. Espero que vocês tenham gostado. Quem curtiu aí, curte, compartilha. E é nóis. Valeu.